Imagine that it is whatever holiday you celebrate, you're going over to whoever's house, maybe it's your own, and you sit down at the table with all of your loved ones, and there's no food. That simply would not fly in my house. We love cooking in my house, and sharing food is one of our favorite activities as a family. Now, normally it would fall on my mom to make chocolate chip cookies, but this year my mom and I are in two different states for the holidays. So I wanted to make chocolate chip cookies, and I wanted to share that recipe with you. This recipe will be completed in steps. First, we will prepare all of the ingredients. Then we will add those ingredients together, and then we'll add a few more ingredients, and then we'll bake them. There are a couple of steps to making these cookies. You don't have to do this first step, but it makes it easier on me to prepare all of my ingredients first. I prepare them in separate bowls so that I can add them as the recipe calls for it. We will be using Alton Brown's cookie recipe titled The Chewy that I found on the Food Network website. I will simply be going down the list and preparing the ingredients in the order that I'm going to use them. Once I have all the ingredients prepared, I line them up in order of use. So throughout the recipe, I'll read the directions, and then however they're going to be used is how I'll line them up. You can see that in this photo here. This way, I need the butter, for example, I do not have to look for it. I just know that the butter is next in line when the recipe calls for it. Next, it's time to start incorporating the ingredients. This was the time to take all of these prepared ingredients and make them from ingredients to cookies. First, I melted the butter on the stove and started to mix my dry ingredients in a separate mixing bowl. This recipe does include a lot of add these in a separate bowl, add these in a separate bowl, and then add them together, but that's okay, and it's going to be okay. So, we melted our butter on the stove, and now in a separate mixing bowl, we add our dry ingredients like our flour, our baking soda, and our salt. And then in the mixer bowl, I will add the butter that I just heated up, as well as the brown sugar and the sugar. In a third mixing bowl, I mix together a few other ingredients. These are the egg yolk, the egg, the milk, and the vanilla. This is then added to the butter and sugar. So your vanilla milk bowl, you're gonna add that to your pre-mixed butter and sugar and brown sugar. And then you will take your dry ingredients and have them ready for whenever those two are incorporated. Once they are incorporated together, you will slowly start adding your dry ingredients to the bowl until all of it is fully incorporated within each other. Now, it's time to take that cookie dough and make it into chocolate chip cookie dough. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your chocolate chips and add it to the dough, and then you're just going to mix it up. Next, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 375 because it's time to bake your cookies. So now we are going to take our dough, roll it into balls, probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inches big, and place them on the cookie sheet. You want to place them so they're not too close, so whenever you bake them, they don't all melt together and you get one giant cookie. I mean, I would eat one giant cookie, but maybe you don't want to. So then you will bake them in the oven for 15 minutes, and then you will take them out, let them cool, and you can enjoy your nice warm chocolate chip cookie. After all of this, you get to enjoy that warm, delicious cookie. Throughout the recipe, we measured our ingredients, mixed them together, and added the dry ingredients to make our cookies. Maybe next year, I'll make these for my holiday get-together.